tradition community singing. It's an old art, and it's also something that felt so new to me when I encountered it. You don't need to read music. You're not performing for anybody. You don't need to sound good.
Singing is something that most of us love to do and long to do, and few of us have opportunities to do it. So for me as a community song leader, part of my mission and purpose is to create places where people can feel safe to do that and to create community around the experience of singing. It's not just about singing. And it's really scary. A lot of people are terrified to sing. Parents will naturally sing with their kids. A lot of people who I meet on my travels who do still sing are parents. And they say, yeah, but I don't sing outside of that. It's just with my kids. And I think that speaks to the fact that we still think of song as something children do, and it's good for children to do. And then what happens in between?
I love singing in groups. It's part of my tradition of how I grew up. And so I've been looking for something like this, not performing, but singing, the act of singing and the sound and being with people. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, because it's something we can do in community together that is not destructive. It's something that's really life-giving and nourishing and supportive and brings us together, in some sort of very basic but very powerful way. And it's easy too, It's like you don't need to be a great singer. You can just come here and get lost kind of in the voices.
I'm thinking of the fact that we come out of the womb screaming and that we're born into the world making sound.
I hear a lot of stories, either directly or from other song leaders, about people basically experiencing some deep trauma around their singing voice. A parent, a relative, a friend, a teacher saying, everybody sing except you because we don't want to hear you sing. You have a bad singing voice. And then they haven't opened their mouth for 50 years. And what a tragedy that is.
We live in a culture where we're told that we're either a singer or we're not a singer, and we know that from a very young age. And I think the community song movement is a way of reclaiming song and saying this is something that we get to do together that's part of our human spirit.
When I got out of college, I realized people don't do that in real life. There aren't very many places for people to sing together. That became really important, more important with the election, and this sense that the divisions that we've felt and known for a long time have become that much more overt, and I felt like there wasn't time to waste.
Love flowers best in openness and freedom.
But there's a certain element of care that I try to bring in to who I am in the world with this white privilege that I've lived on and carried.
When we talk about sharing songs, it's important that we acknowledge that this isn't a new or novel concept, that we honor the history and legacy many cultures carry of singing together. Here in the United States, we owe a lot to the civil rights era. These are songs that tell stories of black liberation, that have roots in African American spirituals and the enslavement of black people by white European settlers. So a question that I'm asking and others in the movement are asking is, how do I, particularly as a white man, honor that history without causing further harm or appropriating? And I think one way that we can do that is to honor our own lineage, part of why I dig back into my Jewish roots. And we can also be in the struggle. For me, it's important that we are actively in these struggles for justice and equity and healing. And lastly, we can catch new songs, write new songs, share songs that are contemporary, that are born out of our own and our peers' struggles today.
I would say we want to shift away from a culture of separation into a culture of togetherness, of community, of one where we're coming together and finding ways as human beings to interact with each other face to face and to do something that steps into vulnerability. It's vulnerable for people to come and sing together.
They say that when you sing together, studies that our heartbeats sync up as well. So there is like a literal, measurable connection that happens when you sing together. You get some benefit from listening to somebody else sing, but the real magic happens when you are making the music yourself. Introducing people into this experience of deep connection through song has been so fulfilling, but starting to catch my own songs and carry my own wisdom through these songs has just been huge.